Mia, hi, Peter Bakker here from JCPGA Golf Academy in Orlando, Florida. I'm going to run through your swing real quickly. Some real good positives the last time I saw you. What I want to do is I want to have a look here in the bunker. This is the only area that I think that you've done a good job, but we're just lacking one little thing. Your setup's absolutely fantastic. I like the width of your feet. Everything looks good. What we need to do is try and get some more acceleration. So the backswing distance of the backswing, you can see how far back you've gone. You want to match that on the through swing. So what you're doing is you're stopping right there. So your swing basically went from, your club went from the blue line to where it is now. Now that's a bit of a problem. That to me looks like it's a bit of a punch shot. So ideally, if the club goes back there, it wants to come to the same place on the through swing in one fluid motion. So a couple of little changes there, nothing major. Otherwise the setup looks fantastic. I like the way your weight's forward, your butt's low, your hands are low, you're hinging the club nicely going backwards. Everything looks absolutely fantastic. Just a couple of small little adjustments. Now let's move straight into the full swing. So what I want to look at is here's you doing some alignment rod drills, which is great, and I want to show you some old video as well. Now let's find some. Let's just once. Okay, if you have a look at these two videos here quickly, the one on the right hand side was videoed 2 weeks ago. The one on the left hand side is probably a few months ago. I want you to notice, this is after us doing some alignment rod drills. Your club face and your right hand is in a much better place. We also did some K-vest drills where the older swing, which is on the left hand side here, you can see is not quite as good. So you're turning and moving off the ball a little too much. Your club face also is not in the right position. You can see your face is a little bit shut. But more importantly, I want you to notice how your legs work. So on the picture on the right hand side, look how you can get on top of the golf ball and you're not flipping it. So your impact position is really solid. That's the best I've actually ever seen you in impact. Look at the change in the impact position between an old swing and now. So ideally, moving forward, will we be able to get that left wrist of yours up over? What you can notice, what I'd like to see is this angle, the blue line between your wrist and your club, is you creating a nice angle. Now that's the hinge and the rehinge that we were working on. Where on the right hand side you can see you've almost flipped it. So your legs went out from underneath you, your head went backwards, and you just flipped. So big changes, fantastic changes. I really like to see what I. Okay, if we have a look here, this video on the left hand side, this was in Champions Gate a few months ago. This was back in December, I think. You can see how the club face went back very closed. So you've made a great change. Your club face now is nice and square. The only thing is your hands are running a little bit away from your body. So I want you to pay a bit of attention to that. But what's really impressive is the top of the backswing. Your feet, your club, and your face are starting to match. Okay, so now you're going to stop those hooks, where in the old days you can see the club face didn't match where your body was. Your hips are right, your arms are good, but your face is definitely not matching. So the old days you're going to suffer from the hooks a little bit, where now you're starting to hit the ball nice and straight. The second thing that I really like is that the hands are coming down now, and the hands are shallowing out, where in the old days you used to come over the top a lot more. You can see how the difference is now. Look how your hands ran far and away from you. Look how those hands ran away from your body. So much better improvement on the right hand side here. This was last month. Your hands are coming from underneath as opposed to coming from underneath and running away. And in the old days you had to stay there and you had to flip it, so there's no body rotation all the way through impact. The body stopped moving. Now your body started moving. It's going. The face is rotating. Everything. Look at the difference position in your body in those two positions. The hips have turned. I can see more legs, more hips, more belly. Much better improvement. Well done. Okay, this video was videoed last week at Augusta. I want you to notice the setup is your setup. It doesn't look anything like this. If anything, your weight is, I know you're moving around a little bit. Your feet are a little too narrow. Your toes are turned in. We need to have those feet hip height or inside the shoulder width. The other thing I'm concerned about is your arms. Your arms are not matching each other, so it looks like that putter might be a hair too long for you. So I'd like you to choke down on it, probably about an inch, and like to get those arms more out and in front of you as opposed to standing up like the way you're standing up. So also your body is standing a little too erect. So we got some changes there. The other thing which I want you to notice is if I took a ball and I drew a line straight up, it's always going to hit them somewhere between the left eye and the left ear. That is very, very critical that you always line up the same way. And in your situation, you can see you catching yourself squaring your nose, which is not so good. So look at your setup ball position there. So which means if you square, if anything, you're in your right eye, means your shoulders are going to be open. You're going to be wanting to hit cut putts, which is not what we're after. So pay attention to that setup. See if you can work on that.